So, good morning. Today we are going to look into cursors. So, the cursor problem statement, all types of cursor, whether it's implicit, explicit, cursor for loop, or it's parameterized cursor. We are going to do operations for all types of cursor. The problem statement is that a student result using cursor we have to show. Okay, so student result table, it has student ID, name, department, total marks. We have to write a PLSQL block to insert a new record into the student result table and display the number of rows affected. Okay, and display the name, total marks of each student. For the student result table, use for loop, the cursor for loop, to display the data. Your parameterized cursor we must create to accept the department name as a parameter and display the list of students, and write cursor for update as well. So let's do this cursor program. So now we have to do commit and set server output on. Enter. Declare id number will be 5, v dash name variable character 250. So the power, then the name of department and marks. vid v dash name v dash department v dash mark, semicolon, then dbms output dot put line SQL mod row count rows inserted successfully. Row inserted successfully. Hmm. And row inserted successfully. Okay, so now we have to declare it again for we name to 50 we total number cursor C1 is select name comma total mark from student result. Begin open C1 open C1 loop fetch C1 into vname and vtotal. So fetch C1 into vname comma vtotal. Exit when C1 mod not found. PBMS output dot put rect line name error at line 6. So yes, loop C1 begin. We will have to declare it from beginning again. Enter. So what we have to do is actually give this, then enter. The process successfully has completed. Then we begin again, this time for cursor for loop. So for select name total mark from student result. Loop tpms output dot put line record names. So yeah, now we have to take total marks So it has successfully completed. The names and marks, the total marks have been displayed. Now we are using declare again, this time for cursor C2. Here P bracket department. Select name total mark from student result where department is equal to P department. Begin the PMS output dot put line dot total mark. एरर एट लाइन 8 ये भी तो करना है। So it is should be like dbms output line forgot to actually open the idea, I guess. I'll just copy this and remove this for now. First of all, we have to put in here students from IT department. So here now we use the last one to update the marks. Declare cursor 3 we created. New total. So we started we started the loop. In the loop we ran. It is equal to total marks plus 10. We had to add 10 to everyone. So we did that. Student result set total marks is equals to v into total. We give where clause the current of C3. Ended the loop, marks have been updated. They give the put line, we give the print statement basically, and then ended it. So marks have been successfully updated. Select all from student result. And so now the entire student result table is in front of us with Rahul, Priya, Vikram, Asha, and Sonal. having these marks. So now what we did, first of all, we created table, student result, we inserted into it data, then we created, then we committed it, and then we set the server output on, declared cursor, created ID, gave it value, we created name, gave it value, same we did with department and marks, and we started. Inserted the student result values, and then we gave the DBMS output as how many rows have been inserted successfully. The answer was 1 row. Next, we use the similar operation, but this time for much more complex purpose, as we created a cursor C1 and used loop. We first created the cursor, then we opened the cursor, and then we used loop to fetch C1 into the name and total. These are the marks and the name. We fetch C1, the cursor in it. We also give the statement to exit when C1 is not found. Then we give a print statement as name, and in front of name, the name from the cursor, then total marks, and then the total marks the cursor is at. Then we ended the loop. This will run until the cursor has passed every data point and we no longer find it. Then it will end the loop, and then we close the cursor and end the whole charade. Similar operation has been done further to either get total marks of each student or to get particular students from a particular department. So in order to do that, we just created cursor again. We selected name and total marks from student result, where the department is equal to P underscore department. And we started the cursor program. We gave a print statement, and for that we ran that C2 must be in IT in loop. The cursor must have IT. If the cursor has IT, then the whole row gets print. We give another statement where we printed it with name uh, and the name from the cursor, marks and the marks from the cursor in the loop, and ended the whole thing. In the end, we created a third cursor, uh, started the cursor in basically, and in order to update the marks, we wanted to add 10 marks to each student, and in order to update it, we run the third cursor in loop, in basically in a for loop, then update the student result, where the cursor is currently present. Then we ended the loop and gave a print statement of marks updated successfully. So that is all to the cursor programs. We have, so in this way, looked all the different types of cursors, whether it's parameterized cursor with the third cursor we created here, which was a parameterized cursor. It took a particular value, an integer value, to update. So it's a parameterized cursor. That's what it's considered. Then actually cursor 2 is a parameterized cursor. Cursor 3 is a cursor created, simple cursor created for update purpose. Second cursor is a parameterized cursor, and we have made use of a for loop cursor. Every time we have used loop, and in this way all the cursor programs are completed. Thank you for listening and learning with me.